Used to be the one they all love to hate on, but now I work hard and I never take a day off. Y'all consider me as nothing but a target till I'm locked and loaded ready. If these motherfuckers want it, they said hip-hop's dead. I disagree with that statement, so don't repeat that shit again. And think of me when you say it, cause I'm the reason that it's breathing. Put it back on the stretch of the real thing.
Alright, YouTube. So, I've got the R603 here. I thought we would pull them apart, do some stuff. I'll show you guys what I did to it. Let's... Motherfucker. So, this is a lie. I don't know why I put it back in the box after when I was done. Boom. There it is. So... most of you guys probably haven't heard, first things first, the first things, necessity. Most of you guys probably haven't heard of Army before, but I have something to tell you about Army, actually. So if you've ever used any of the nicer quality brands, you've 99% already used an Army device before. These guys have been OEMing all the nicer bits for other manufacturers forever. They've just decided recently, fuck it, let's make our own guns. And I'm not really... because I don't like all the Gucci stuff. But these are your perfect starter Gucci pistol. They're on par with a TM, quality-wise, everything. But you also get a pretty decent light alloy slide with it. So I'm gonna shoot this little dude. Let's get in there. So, out of the box, as a gel blaster conversion, if you guys can see that. Out of the box, I think they're doing like 280, 290, like they're just under 300. As a airsoft pistol, I think they're rated for 350. So getting 350, 360 out of it is a-okay. In my boat, and this is all completely stock parts still, except for the Type ball barrel. So, are we gonna pull them apart? What are we gonna do? Yeah. Also, so we ditched that. That was number one. Number two is we have to ditch this. This is... man, needs a low battery. Oops. You guys can see that on camera. Oh. Zero yourself. Oh, it's bad. Oh man. That's so bad. That's so bad. Oh. Oh. I'm not even gonna put this in that barrel because I've polished it to the absolute shithouse, and I will not mark it with these disgusting calipers, but it's sitting at like 7.2-ish, I think. Anyway, let's have a look at his guts. Oh, also, actually, I took the I always do that anyway. I always take that first notch off the hammer, just annoys me. And I normally safety delete. I just take that little bit off there, but with it's yeah. I left that one on there. All right, over there for a sec. Excuse me. You're cool. And I do... Look, I don't know, actually, with the armies. I'm a little bit torn. I like it, but I don't know... I haven't seen it as a failure point yet, just because these are really good quality slides. But you don't have a top screw. That screw actually goes into the slide to hold the side in, so your sight's solid as fuck, which Army do... they'll do like 99 or 95% TM spec, and then they'll have like something weirdly off, like the sights or some shit. So the way these work is just with the one screw on the back, which again, like super duper easy for pull down, but I'm not too sure on longevity. And the Army BBUs tend to be a little bit shorter than the Garda ones, so you've got to take the Garda one down slightly to fit. But will still fit with the same screw. Ooh, okay, so obviously, like, we stretched our piston out, but these have a whoop whoop whoop. So the Combat Master, which is all Army parts as well, even the same serial on the BBU, which you can't really see anymore. They come with a normal O-ring style piston. This little doohickey is just like a big fat super beefed up bloody O-ring piston head. I actually kind of dig it, if I can get him off. There we go, come here little buddy, come on. Oh, he went very well. Look at that! Hang on, where's our normal one for reference? Boots! Look at that! Chunky boy. Which I really like this piston, hey. So I may have ordered a bunch of them and give them a go on some other builds. I like these. Oh, please go back on, man. I don't want to have to unscrew you. Yeah, look, he's gonna have to get unscrewed. Just because I wanted to show off. But it is good having a look at that. Listen tight. Tight like a tiger. Alright, do we have good? Yeah, that's a good air seal. I've got silicone all over me. Yum. Alright, so that's our upper. Let's pull apart our lower. I like these screws. These screws are cool. Oh, camera. You get a really, really nice quality mid-frame. Alright. Do we have to pull this apart? Do I have to show you how a leaf spring works? Yeah. Oh, that's tight. I also found my pokey tool, by the way, just in case anyone noticed that it was absent from my last couple videos. Yeah, anyway, this little guy got a teeny tiny fractional adjustment just for a little bit more pressure on the hammer seal. So I can pull these little guys out. Oh, your toy. Alright. Oh, you're a bit loosey-goosey. So obviously I knew I was pulling this apart, so I didn't Loctite him or putting him back together. Okay, and I did cut a couple coils off this one, off your little plunger spring, just for slightly reduced tension there on the slide lock, so he can go up a little bit easier. Alright, so we've got our removed first cog. Okay, so what I was going to explain, yeah, there's no point going into it at the start of the video with the hammer set, because I would have just sat there ranting instead of actually pulling it apart, is this hammer set is like you disconnect the sear and valve knocker, and valve knocker reset is basically, look, I don't want to say it, but they've done a like direct knockoff of the garter set. The only difference is I think I don't have a garter one here to show you. Or do I? No, that's the AIP. Okay, so I think the garter one is slightly thinner. If you take this little guy off this frame, which does that look anyone pulled apart the combat master? Because that looks pretty familiar. If you pull apart this frame, they've got a shim under here, and it's not for they haven't shimmed this frame out for the valve knocker reset for this little guy. I think they've shimmed it out because this knocker is slightly thinner. So if you take that shim out, when you take this frame off and don't put it back in, this little guy will start angling in cycle because it's fractionally thinner. So what I've done on this guy is, it's the full set still. I've ditched this and I've put the garter one in and taken the shim out of there, and this guy is I'll do a video on this one at some point. It's pretty good. Yeah, you've got a decent quality set. This is the only piece I'd replace because I think they've fucked up engineering wise, design wise with this. They've made this guy slightly too thin. I think if it was like a fraction of a mil thicker, we wouldn't have the shim under this frame. I don't know what else to show you. Get out of there. Screw. Mags are good. You get a decent quality valve. I was iffy on these gaskets just because they look really, really weird in comparison to a normal TM spec one, but they seal really good. You get a nice light slide. So I would, if you do want to, because it's all, that's really lightweight. I know people want heavy stuff. That's also pretty light. You can chuck a garter one in if you want a little bit more weight on it. But other than that, the only out-of-the-box upgrades you really, really need to be doing are, yeah, you really need to go away. That needs to just not be in the gun. It does work sweet with how they've Alright, we cut out. So my point with the or what I was saying, what I avoided saying at the start of the video, to not go full rambling and then not pull the gun apart, was the hammer set, in my opinion, is straight up on par with the so we're putting it back together, that's what we're doing. It's on par with the garter. They've done it's mostly direct copy. I don't have a garter one here to show you. The garter one's full curved. Slight differences, but it even looks like it's the same quality metal. So they've done a it's a good quality set. We just ditched that. Oh, hang on. We use a small amount of the blue. Right. That seems okay to me. Add a small amount of the blue to this screw. Make sure our hammer set is all okie dokie. Fully tighten that. So we put this guy on the front. Is that catching threading? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's tighten these guys. A nice solid frame and grip. You do get a really nice grip. Okay. So we might want a leaf spring. Safety is cool. That's why I like to keep him up. You see me fiddle with that a fair bit. Makes that bit a hell of a lot easier. I know you, I did struggle with that before, but that's good how tight that is. I like it. Woo! Okay. It's not even. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. What now, brown cow? You know what? He can chill, and I think we'll assemble our... So that's still the stock nozzle spring. I'd keep that as is. So bear in mind I have stretched the O-ring, and it's still... Oh, look, it's a bit weaker there. Yeah. Alright, safeties. So these are your bog standard army safeties. I normally chuck on the armor works, but man, these are pretty solid. You don't get much wobble. If you put a let's put a dab of super glue on the joints there, and you can actually wedge them together in the frame, and they hold really, really, really tight. That one. Very solid grips. Safeties, thumb safeties. Okay, we need and some silicone paste, just for good measure. I haven't even cut the recoil spring, stock recoil spring. Normally I do. Normally I do reduce the tension a little bit, and you get a decent recoil buffer. Army know what they're doing. Yeah, boy. And that is the Army R603. I kind of dig them a lot. If you want to, this is my style of, I've got a couple of the big, like the R6 and whatever, with the big extendo compensator stuff, this is my style. Nice little 4.3. Actually, before we do anything, I'm gonna show you guys, there was, so on your slide lock, you'll notice, so yeah, standard tuning, blah 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 blah. On a stock mag, they have a slight, god damn it. Alright, so on a stock mag, you've got a slight little bit of plastic, and that stops the slide lock pushy part on the follower from going up all the way. What that does is, on a stock one, it'll only, yeah, it won't go all the way, if you can see that, it won't go all the way to the top there. It's stopping down there, and that's not good for the slide, longevity wise. So all you gotta do is take that little bumpy boy off the bottom of the mag lips, and you are a-okay. And there you have it, the Armament R603. I think, yeah. Alright, peace guys.
Shot spraying when you roll inside the venue. I'm an asshole and I rap just cause I hope it might offend you. I've been snapping in a timely fashion, I've been having flashbacks. I'm the shit, put every line on my back. Yeah, that's an ass crack. Y'all worried about a hashtag or flexing on your Snapchat. It's a test and you get F's on your record cause this is math class. But I should probably calm down and take a breather. The shit I spit might